Hello everyone, welcome to today's movement snack. So I wanted to do a movement snack despite how I'm feeling. I've been having a lot of issues with my neck and my upper back, and so that's been making me feel really lethargic and super frustrated with the amount of discomfort I'm experiencing in my body. But I decided that I would use this as a moment to provide a video for folks who sometimes the upper body is not feeling so great. And so if it feels right and it serves your purpose, you can focus on doing some lower body movement. So today, that's what we're going to do. I know that I am a little bit angry in my upper neck, my upper back. So I'm going to kind of take that out of the picture for today, and I'm going to focus on some lower body stuff. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't still do some work for the areas of irritation, but sometimes you need to take a pause and focus on some relaxing. So my dog is trying to get my attention. So I think I need to pause this and come back to it. So let's see what happens with that. Okay, we're back. So now Bella's being fed. Good reminder to not disregard your nutrition and to take drink and food as you need it. That maybe was what that whole thing was about. Okay, so for this little snack, if you have a strap, that's a great thing to have available for yourself. Also, if you have a block, please have that available. It doesn't need to be a yoga block. It could be a bunched up towel. It could be a pillow, but that's what we're going to start with. So if you feel like you're warmed up, then let's get started. If you feel like you're not warmed up or you feel like you need to work out some kinks, pause this video and do a couple laps around your island or a couple up and down your stairs, and then join me back here. So we're going to be using a chair, so have that available. Most secure position is to have all four legs on your yoga mat or a carpeted surface, or take that up against a wall. So we're just going to leave the chair as it is. We're going to start with the yoga block. So place that block or pillow or book between your knees, and that's going to dictate how far apart your feet go because you have to hold the block. So we're going to start first in a parallel position. So toes are pointing forward and block is between the knees. And then I like to place my block lengthways. I like the sensation of the full length of the block between my thighs. And then just gently squeezing that with the legs. Take a moment to consider your posture. So you're standing tall, crown to the sky, feet pressing into the floor, and a sense of width across the collarbones. All right, just take a couple moments here, maybe just gently rocking forward and backwards. So it's the most tiny shift, just to feel the weight shifting a little bit into the toes and a little bit into the heels, working a little bit on our proprioception. And then now going side to side. And just allowing yourself to connect with breath. A little time out. A little bit of a movement for the lower body. All right. Now, in this position, in parallel, let's take a moment and just rise up onto the toes. So the heels are going to lift. And as you lift the heels, you might find it helpful to squeeze the block a little bit more firmly and then take the heels down. I'm just going to turn sideways here. Okay. So we're lifting up and then coming down. And then lifting up and then coming down. Now, take the lift into a smaller like a little kitten heel, just off the floor, and then down. Think of pressing across all 5 toes into the floor, little kitten heel, and then down, and little kitten heel, and then down. Now see, as you continue, if you have a sense of lifting up towards the sky. So lifting up and then coming down. Lifting up and coming down. So we're not rocking back into our heels. Try to stay balanced through the front and back of the foot. And then down and up and then down. Now let's take our feet into a V. So toes are slightly turned out, still squeezing the block. And let's try that again. Lift up into your highest heel and then down. And then lifting up and then down. See if you can keep your weight across all 5 toes. So there's going to be a tendency for you to want to perhaps pop out into the lateral aspects of the outsides of your feet. So try to keep that big toe pressing down so that you're lifting equally. Up, and then down. Now let's do that little kitten heel. So the tiny lift and then down. Perhaps noticing how that feels compared to the other high lift. And then up and then down. Let's do one more. Up and then down. Take the feet back to parallel. So at this point, we might choose to use our chair. So you could turn your chair so that you're facing, or you could stand sideways to the chair. I'm going to stand sideways to the chair, but you're going to want to use the back of the chair for balance. So we're just going to add a little knee bend. So let's go into our kitten heel, and then we're just going to bend the knees and sit back, and then come up, and then heels down. So heels up. Think of sending your seat back, come up, and then down. Send the seat back, come up, and then down. Let's one more time, just that little kitten heel. Seat back, come up, and then down. Now let's do 5, keeping our heels elevated. So we're going to bend, and we're going to straighten. Bend. Think of pulling that lower abdomen in towards the back of your body. And again, tiny knee bend. Doesn't have to be very big. 2 more. Down. 1 more. Down. And then up. And then feet can come down. Get rid of the block. Give your legs a bit of the shake. We're going to do the same thing in that V position. So block goes back between the legs, V turns out. Okay, if you want to put the chair on your other side just to balance out what arm you use for stability, feel free to do so. All right, so we're going to come up into that little kitten heel. Now hold the block and we're going to bend. This is going to be strange because your knees are going to want to turn out. So it's the slightest little bend. Really squeeze with that upper inner thigh and up. Just a little bend. We're just playing around with different activation. Let's do 3 more after this one. Squeeze. Squeeze with that inner thigh. 2 more. Squeeze. Keep pulling that lower abdomen in. 1 more. Squeeze. And then come up. And then heels down. And give that a bit of a shake. All right, let's move into a little bit of lengthening. So you're going to take a chair, and I'm going to turn my chair sideways. You can ditch your block for now. And we're just going to take that left leg up onto the chair. And just squiggle wiggle that right foot back because we're going to go into a bit of a lunging series and a modified pyramid form. So you can use your hands on the back of the chair. for stability. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come into this lunging form. Now, think about how you're feeling with your knees. It's not a huge deal if the knees go over the toes, but if that doesn't feel comfortable to you, then keep that knee in line with the ankle. As for your back foot heel, it's okay to come up onto the toes. In other words, the back foot heel might come up depending on how big of a range of motion you're taking. So let's just come forward and then come up. Even if your heel comes off the back of the floor, so your back heel comes off the floor, still think of pressing back through the heel. So we want to keep that straight leg behind us, keep it long and strong. Come forward and then press up. Keeping the chest lifted and press up. Come forward and press up. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to hold here. You're going to sit back. That heel can pop up, and it's okay to bend that back knee if you like. And then center. You can bend that back knee, give it a little bit of forgiveness, or you can keep that back leg more straight. More straight is going to increase that hamstring stretch at the back of the leg. So just figure out what feels best for you today. Could be a little bit in between. Okay, now we're going to put them together. So you're going to come forward, and then perhaps you come into a little bit of a bow. You come forward. Maybe you even reach with your hand to the chair. Come forward. Ooh, I've got tight calf on this side. One more time. And forward. We're going to hold here for 5, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to go to the other side. So same series on the other side. So this time for me, it's going to be my right leg. So whatever side was the last one for you, you're going to do the opposite side. Leg's going to come up. And I'm going to scooch my leg back. Again, being mindful that it might feel different between sides. And so you just need to play around with your angles. So let's just start here. See how that feels? Maybe you start with a little bit of a lunge. As you get warmed up, or if you know your body, you can start to bring that back heel up. You might have to lengthen it out even. Forward. Now, it doesn't matter to me how you breathe, as long as you breathe. Of course, my dog's decided she's got to go to the bathroom, but she's going to have to wait. So please ignore the barking. Forward and back. That back leg stays strong. Forward and back. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to lift, hamstring, back to center. Hamstring stretch. So this leg again doesn't have to be completely straight, but depending on your mobility, maybe you do straighten it. Same thing with the back leg. Maybe the back leg doesn't want to be straight. Maybe you want to keep a little bit of a bend in that back knee. That's fine. Just looking for a little bit of a stretch and mobility. And it's okay to play around with both options. Let's do 3 more. Bella's going to have to wait. 2. Hold on, Bella. And 1. And we're just going to pause here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come up, step down. Give those legs a bit of a shake. See how that feels. Now from here, you might choose to lay down and do a bit of a shavasana or a relaxation, or maybe you want to move into doing some strengthening or stretching for the upper body, or maybe you want to sit and have a coffee. I have to take my dog out to the bathroom. So for now, folks, that's all that I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed that little movement stack. Feel free to come to that as many times as you need to in a day. Make it as big or as little as suits your body, and maybe just try to remember to enjoy yourself and be grateful for the movement that we have and the knowledge that we can build into that as we move forward. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.